Working for someone else was never even an option for him. In this world, some people like to leave a mark, while others prefer to follow the marks left by others. If a person can achieve something while surrounded by impossibilities, that person becomes an entrepreneur. He went bankrupt in 2011. When he suddenly lost everything, he had only 140 Turkish lira left in his pocket. Every day he would leave home and go to his friend's workplace. On the way there, he would act as if he were going to his own business. But that was not what exhausted him. He went through very difficult days. He could not tell people about the situation he was in, and he was left completely alone. One thing is certain: people cannot surrender their prejudices to their emotions. To this day, there has never been anyone who saw him and immediately liked him. He is a former fighter. His walk is uneven, and his body is full of scars. There are stitches. There are marks on his head from blows he has taken. Even his haircut is like that to conceal his baldness. When he adds all of these things together, he himself thinks the final result is not very good. But when people look at the heart, this is important. To this day, there has never been anyone who saw him and immediately liked him. But there has also never been anyone who loved him and then left him. Raşit Emir Süer is 42 years old. He is from the city of Ordu in Turkey. Throughout his life, he has been someone who worried about other people's problems and rejoiced in their happiness even more than they did themselves. According to him, that is one of the reasons he became bald. He has always been involved in business. Working for someone else was never even an option for him. Now that a partnership with Migros Turkey has been established, they have put him on a salary. Sometimes people ask him, "Can't a person work for a salary?" He replies, "Of course they can. That's not what I'm talking about. In this world, some people like to leave a mark, while others prefer to follow the marks left by others. I cannot accept a world where people are crushed." At the moment, he has a team of approximately 6,000 people. The people working on this team are emotional individuals. When they go to deliver a package, they stand at the door holding it. The only thing they want is a simple thank you. Raşit and his partner used to sell cars on installment plans. One day, a customer came in wanting to buy a motorcycle on installments. It was at that very moment that something happened that would later become a turning point in Raşit's life. At that time, a delivery motorcycle cost 5,560 lira. There was not a single Honda motorcycle left in all of Istanbul. How could that be? While investigating, they found one at a dealership in Halkalı. However, there was a problem. The dealership representative told Raşit that the motorcycle model he wanted was out of stock, yet there were plenty of them standing right outside the door. Raşit asked about those motorcycles. The salesman explained that deposits had been taken for all of them a week earlier. Raşit objected. The salesman then said that if he wanted, he could sell 10 motorcycles as a fleet package. While intending to buy one motorcycle, they suddenly bought 10. Without wasting time, they listed them on sahibinden.com, the second-hand marketplace. The next day, while sitting together with Serkan, Ibrahim excitedly shouted, "We sold the motorcycle." He was not even this excited when they sold a Range Rover. Raşit used to import charcoal from Cuba. Since they sold barbecue charcoal to restaurants, he had good relationships with restaurant owners. During that period, restaurant operators were facing major problems with motorcycle couriers. Raşit came up with a brilliant idea. One of Turkey's major restaurant chains was renting motorcycles for 465 lira in order to provide delivery services. Raşit proposed selling motorcycles for 450 lira per installment payment, while the restaurant would gift the motorcycle to the courier after 24 months of employment. This would both generate a return on investment and strengthen employee loyalty to the company. However, the board of directors of the restaurant chain did not like the proposal. The rejection of that proposal by the board of directors marked the birth of an extraordinary brand, Paket Taxi. Today, it is a massive operation with approximately 6,000 employees, more than 1,000 corporate clients, and operations in 72 provinces across Turkey. This is a true success story. Let's go back to the early days of Paket Taxi. In the beginning, the company's call center was Raşit himself. When a customer called, he would say, "I'm transferring you to sales," and then leave them waiting for several hours. Later, he would call back and say, "Hello, this is Emir from sales." If the customer happened to be a major brand, he would say, "I'm immediately escalating this matter to management." Then he would speak with Serkan and discuss whether or not they should offer discounts to large companies. After making the customer wait a little longer, he would call again, this time as himself. "Hello, this is Raşit from Paket Taxi. I'm one of the founders. Is this a good time to talk?" He would try to impress the customer. The customer, believing they were dealing with a highly corporate company, would invite them for a meeting. Raşit and Serkan would waste no time visiting the client and successfully closing the deal. Raşit described the situation this way: "Sales is the ability to persuade. Okay? If you know your business so thoroughly that you leave not even a needle's eye worth of space for doubt, you will win. You get one chance. You have to use it well." In our case, there was a 2-month persuasion process that started with the call center, moved to sales, and then reached management. I receive many messages on social media. I try to answer as many as I can, especially if someone follows me on LinkedIn and happens to be unemployed. I simply cannot ignore it. Even if we don't need them, their need always comes before our own situation. We are more emotional about that. If you give people the opportunity to get to know you, the world becomes a much easier place. But if we put barriers in front of those who come to us, then it simply won't work. With this project, Raşit and Serkan introduced an entirely new concept to the delivery business. They created a world within the system where everyone establishes their own company. He says that one day he himself will sell Paket Taxi and continue on his own path, while Paket Taxi will continue on its own path as well. Because in this scenario, everyone wins. Raşit's perspective on the matter is particularly striking. An agreement is a two-sided relationship. It shouldn't be viewed merely as a commercial activity. There is togetherness here. There is a meeting of people. There are people who believe. If you push away those who believe in you, you become the faithless owner of a faithless business. This needs to become a principle. If you can bring emotion into your work, emotion will win. Of course, there were times when we failed. How could there not be? A merchant has no chance of never failing. In fact, I don't think success that emerges from abundance is real success. Of course, there are exceptions, but if a person can achieve something while surrounded by impossibilities, that person becomes an entrepreneur. I went bankrupt in 2011. When I suddenly lost everything, I had only 140 lira in my pocket. Every day I would leave home and go to my friend's workplace. On the way there, I would act as if I were going to my own business. But that wasn't what exhausted me. What exhausted me was pretending every evening that I had come home from work, pretending that I was tired. Before going to bed each night, I would browse azimut yachts on sahibinden.com. People would tell a man in that situation, "Come to your senses. If you give up on your dreams, if you lose hope, believe me, the people around you are already dying to watch your disappearance. Don't be fooled by those you call friends. Don't believe those who seem like friends or those who pity your condition. On that day, you are alone. And when you fall, you must know how to get back up. There will be nobody there to lift you up." I went through very difficult days. I couldn't tell anyone about my situation, with the responsibility of all those people on my shoulders. Even Serkan, my partner, I was so exhausted thinking that he would have to pay the price for the decisions I made. Serkan was always by my side, carrying responsibility for him, carrying responsibility for his family, my own family, the people who trusted us. We were the first organization to create an additional compensation structure for female couriers. What does that mean? We were the first company to question why women were absent from a sector dominated by male hegemony. For that reason, we started paying our female couriers an additional 600 lira. And here are Raşit's final words in his own voice, summarizing his philosophy of life. I am always in a struggle with myself. When I do the right thing, I applaud myself. No one can deceive me with money. My only motivation is applause. To hear from others that what I do is good. You cannot manage people with money, just as you cannot manage me. One day you will understand that you cannot manage other people either. If your heart speaks instead of your money, then you will truly come to know the people who genuinely love you.